Hey guys, what's up? It's Patrick here, bringing you guys episode 20 of my Let's Play Clash of Clans series, where we are finally going to Town Hall 6. So nothing groundbreaking, not like we're beating the game or anything, but we're finally making the move. And as you can see, I did not finish my walls, but the Town Hall upgrade does take 4 days, so I plan to finish my walls by then. So again, what we get at Town Hall 6, we're going to get a new elixir pump, we'll get a new gold mine, we'll get 25 walls, a new mortar, and a new wizard tower, which is probably the biggest thing, 2 spring traps, and we'll also unlock the giant bomb, which we probably won't build just because it's so expensive, and I'll talk more about that later. So yeah, gonna finish those wall upgrades, and I do have one more elixir upgrade in my base, and that's gonna be to get the final barracks up to level 7. So I have 288,000, gonna go ahead and finish that guy up. And then yeah, all my upgrades for my buildings will be done, and it's literally just walls and my one last upgrade in my lab. So I sort of put off the lightning spell upgrade since it was 500,000 elixir, and seeing as I'm really just farming right now, it doesn't make a lot of sense to spend most of my money on upgrading that. So I'm going to do that for my final upgrade right here, and it's really funny, at Town Hall 5 you can actually upgrade your lightning spell to level 4, which costs 1,000,000 elixir, which for some reason doesn't make a lot of sense. But anyways, let's do some raids. We got a lot of resources to get, and let's start off with this first base. So for this guy, he has almost 120,000 resources available, and when deciding to attack him, it's not like a perfect base that has over 200,000, but for this guy, I should be able to 3-star him pretty easily. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm definitely going to take those trophies since I'm moving up to Town Hall 6. Staying around 800 at Town Hall 5 is okay, but being at 800 in Town Hall 6, probably not going to be as great. So if I can move somewhere around 1,000, I might be able to attack some Town Hall 7s that have a lot of their mines and pumps outside, which is going to give me a crazy amount of resources. So that's why I'm going to try to win a couple of raids and really not try to lose too many trophies over the next 4 days, because it's going to help out a lot once I hit Town Hall 6. So this raid was really quick. This guy's defenses were wide open. I don't think he really understands how to lay out a base, because I was able to drop most of my stuff right next to his defenses. So yeah, quick 120,000 resources. Didn't really have to use that much, just all my barbarians, a couple of archers, and 1 giant. Let's go ahead and move into raid number 2 and see if we can get even more. So this guy has 330,000 resources, which is definitely what I'm looking for. And it looks like there's a pretty good mix between the mines, pumps, and storages. So I'm actually going to start attacking through the bottom right in the beginning, and then sort of switch to the top left and the top to get the mines and pumps in a little bit. So let's go ahead and see how we can do. I did bring a balloon, and since this air defense is right here, I'm going to take that out first, and once that air defense goes down, my balloon should be able to take care of most of the rest of the defenses, as long as one of the archer towers doesn't snipe it down. So that seems to happen every single time I use the balloon. I'm hoping that's not the case this time. And yeah, that last archer tower went down, and now it's just the wizard tower on the top left. So the balloon's going to do a great job taking care of this mortar for me, and now I'm going to start spamming my troops on the gold mines and elixir pumps. I just wanted to save a couple just in case things went bad towards the center. But now that I know that we're good there, I'm going to start spamming them on the mines and pumps, and it should be enough to take care of at least half of the elixir, if not more. Or sorry, half of the resources. So those guys are going down slowly. Looks like there's only about 100,000 loot left, which is really good. We've stolen over 2/3 of it. And after I drop a few more goblins on these gold storages to take those guys out, yeah, that should be able to do it for this raid. I was actually really hoping to get 3 stars. You can see that wizard tower right there is sort of running around and like spamming on my barbarians and my archers. So in order to save it, I'm actually going to probably go ahead and drop a wizard spell, or my lightning spell. That way the wizard tower doesn't end up taking it out. I did want to get that town hall. I did want to get that archer tower. I did have a pretty good amount of troops left, so I'm not sure if that lightning spell was 100% necessary, but I guess better safe than sorry. We got 31 cups, over 335,000 resources. So that's an amazing raid, and it took a huge chunk out of what we needed to do our upgrades. So another base here, this guy looks like he is pretty inactive, has over 210,000 in his mines and pumps. There is a little mortar right here. I probably would like to take care of that if I could, so I'm going to drop a giant followed by a quick wall breaker, and then drop the rest of these giants and barbarians right here. And then after this guy goes down, the only other worry I have is that wizard tower on the bottom left, so I probably am going to want to take care of that. I could use my wall breakers, or I could use like a little giant and archer distraction, but let's see how it works out, and let's go ahead and start flooding our troops to the right hand side. So that's really the plan. Once I take care of the mortar, once I take care of the wizard tower, like I've talked about earlier, all of the other defensive units can only shoot down one troop at a time. So that means I literally don't have to put any strategy in whatsoever. I can just face roll my troops all over the base, and we should be able to get 3 stars, if not take most of the resources and have a pretty successful raid. All right, so I started dropping my archer slowly. I got that wizard tower down, and now you can see right near the entrance, I started flooding in my goblins. I started flooding in my barbarians, flooded in that last wall breaker right there, that last barbarian right there. And let's see how these guys can do. I'm really just focused on those 2 gold mines on the back, and my goblins did do a great job getting back there. Gonna take those guys out, and yeah, we're actually gonna be able to get 3 stars since my army was too much, and that one ended up being a perfect raid. So that was over 200,000 resources, which is really what I'm shooting for right now. I think at Town Hall 5, if you get above that, that's really good. In fact, at the beginning of Town Hall 5, that pretty much doesn't upgrade with just 1 raid. But since we are doing the final upgrades for the Town Hall level, they are a little bit more expensive. And let's go ahead and see if we can dominate this guy. This should give us enough to at least upgrade our Town Hall and put us around 780,000 in resources. So deciding where to attack from, this base is actually a little bit more difficult because the mortar and the wizard tower are in the center. So this guy definitely has that down. The top left does actually have a really nice amount of elixir, so I'm sort of tempted to attack through there. And yeah, let's attack here and see if we can get most of the elixir. Then we'll move to the bottom and see if we can get a lot of the gold. So giants going down, that's going to distract the cannon, the wizard tower, and the mortar. And then now I'm just pretty much all out spamming my barbarians, goblins, archers, and taking care of the pumps. So pretty much most of the resources are in the pumps. I've already taken over half of it, and there's still, I think, 2 pumps left. And then on the bottom right-hand side, that's where all the gold is. So if I really want to get to that gold, I'm probably going to have to start dropping troops over there soon. At this point, I should have realized my mistake that I'm still dropping troops on the top-hand side. I think what I was trying to do with this raid is take care of the mortar and the wizard tower. But what happens is when you attack in a straight line, your troops tend to like V off and attack other things. So instead of getting to those guys, they sort of just spread out. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to get enough resources right there. And I'm sort of just with my last breath trying to get some gold from this gold storage right here. So most of the rest of the gold were probably in those level 8 gold mines or level 9 gold mines on the Vera bottom and right next to that archer tower right there. So definitely a miscalculation. And unfortunately with that, we're not going to have enough to do the upgrade with this raid. And I'm probably going to have to do a small little raid after this. So 45%, looking at what else I can do to try to get that extra percentage point. We're at 48%. I know one more building will get the job done, but unfortunately my balloon doesn't really have anything to attack. It would get shot down by that air defense or an archer tower before it could really do anything. So I'm going to surrender there, take my resources, and head back to base. So after that, I did a really small raid. I didn't show the replay. I pretty much just spam like 50 goblins. And let's head back to base, do our upgrades, and we will wrap it up for this episode. So like I said, Town Hall 6 is a pretty good upgrade. I'd say Town Hall 7 is way better, and you guys will see why when I upgrade then. But getting a new wizard tower and a new mortar is definitely vital, and that's going to give us 2 times as much splash damage. And yeah, we'll finish it up with this last lightning spell, and that will do it for Town Hall 5. So Town Hall 5's in the books. I'm going to try to do some wall upgrades while we are away and try to save up for some new upgrades for the, I guess, building the mortar and the wizard tower upon the next level. But yeah, that's going to do it for Town Hall 5, and it'll also do it for this video. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. Episode 21 will be coming up soon, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.